Are you ready?
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
You know, they have those nerds clusters, which is new. Yeah, which is good. 10-5! Touchdown!
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
What are we doing?
Wild long faces. We're not dead yet.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Welcome to Press Box After Dark. Today is Thursday, October 24th, and we are drafting today. That's all we're doing. We're going to have fun on this episode. Excited about it, actually. This is going to be a first where we just draft, and we'll get into what we're drafting in a minute. I'll let Hunter do the explaining, but I have to start with Cam's weird flavor of Gatorade. What are you doing, dude?
I got the lime cucumber Gatorade, and before you say ew, I would like to say don't knock it before you try it. It's very refreshing. There's not a lot of added sugars. Hold on.
I've always been
I'll
try
there's
everything twice.
Okay, I like that.
You know,
no,
it's
it's
I
good.
like it the second time to see if I was right about the first time.
It's good. It's hard to find, but you know, if you find it, you ought to try it at least once. But I'm excited to draft today. It's all laid out right in front of us, boys. There's no draft dodging, no bone spurs. You got to come out and give your 5 best picks.
Let's do it. I think it's 5 rounds. I don't really know. Let's get Hunter in here. What's up, dude? Duck Hunt is his name today.
Yep, because somehow in the topic that we're getting to, Duck Hunt was not eligible, which I think it should be, but it's okay. No, what's up, guys? Glad to be back. Love you guys. Love this podcast. But we are Press Box After Dark, like Zach said. You can listen to all of our episodes on Spotify and Apple Music. You can find us on Twitter at PressBoxAD. Find us on Instagram at PressBoxAfterDark, and we're on TikTok at PressBoxAD. I think we are. How many listeners are we at now, Landon? Do you have a number right now? Because we were over 100 the last time we recorded.
That's not listeners. That's views.
Oh, sorry.
But I like you pumping up our numbers. We're at 20 listeners.
No. We're not at 20 listeners. We have 1 million listeners. We have 200 listeners. Sponsors. We have so many listeners. If you're listening, come at us. But no, we're just trying to grow the podcast a little bit. So we're going to split our sports talk podcast and then our drafts and trivia into 2 different shows. And so we're going to try to give you guys a little bit more content. But tonight we are drafting sports video games. And I'm excited. I got 46 games on the big board, so I'm ready to go, Zach.
Well, I appreciate you laying into all of that before we even introduced Jordan. So good. That's good. Glad you.
That's part of my bid is that I introduce the entire show and then Jordan gets to speak.
A tradition like no other. Truly,
man. Yeah, it's just like the Masters. Yeah.
Listen, as the elder statesman of this group, I take pride in being able to tap into some sports video games that you guys weren't alive for. I'm hoping that's going to help my case tonight.
You're a man of less words because Hunter makes it that way.
Yes.
Look,
this is going to be a fun draft.
We have been over this. I'm an only child.
This is a draft made for Hunter. This is like everything else has been like leaned towards somebody else. There's never been a draft more for Hunter than this one.
I'm an only child, and you guys are my first group of friends, and I finally get to talk to other humans, and so this is why I talk so much. So if you guys are laughing at me, that just means that y'all are bad people.
You have a lot of games to introduce to your daughter as she grows up.
I do. I really do, and I hope she likes playing video games, because if not, then I'm just going to have a second kid, I guess.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, let's draft some sports video games because I think there's some deep cuts here that are going to be really fun.
All right,
I was talking to Jordan though. I'm curious how early we'll go and how current we'll go with some of the games. So this will be a fun draft.
Draft order.
Okay, Landon.
How we feeling? I promise I put it in a randomizer.
I'm waiting to hear the results before I question this randomizer.
Zach is first.
Oh, that sucks.
Hunter is second. Cameron is third. Jordan is fourth. Landon is last because he doesn't know video games.
It would have felt a little rigged if Jordan was last again.
Listen, I gotta say, Landon, I think in this particular draft, the order is going to be really important. So I think you getting the end of round 1 and the beginning of round 2, the flip there, I think could be really important for you.
I think that y'all are going to not like any of my video games, so it's not going to matter.
Probably right.
So before we get started, so just to finalize, we're doing 5 rounds, right? Not 6.
We're doing 5 rounds. You cannot draft something that someone else picked. If you pick a group of video games, such as what were we talking about earlier?
Like Madden.
Madden.
You get all of them.
You get all the Maddens. You don't get to say Madden 04, Madden 03, Madden 05, Madden 06, etc.
I love that Landon can name as many video game franchises as he can Heisman winners.
Yeah.
Also true.
He's like, what's that popular football game people play?
Super
All right.
Mario.
All right, Zachary.
All right, let's get into it, boys.
Oh, this is tough. The number 1 pick, I feel like, is a lot of pressure for this one.
It is.
I mean, maybe that's how it is for all of our drafts, but I have one particular game that's my all-time favorite, so I think I'm just going to take that entire group. So I'm going to start with MVP baseball, and it's going to be professional Major League Baseball. That franchise, because the 05 game in particular is my all-time favorite game, and so because it's number 1, I just have to take that group.
That game has the soundtrack, the mini games. It has everything except Barry Bonds.
But it has John Dowd.
It does have John Dowd.
If you know, you know.
I think that is a very good 1-1 pick because it's the best baseball game ever made. It is.
The GOAT, right? I mean, yeah. I don't love having the first overall pick, but if I'm going to have it, I got to go with my favorite. So
That's a good one. I
there we
like
go.
it.
All right, Hunter, your world.
All right. So I have a top 3 that I was like, these are my 3 go-tos. These are the 3 go-to games I play all the time. MVP baseball was 2. So Zach took that from me. But my number 1 game that I play all the time, and it just got re-released. I've already done a hang the banner about it. Give me Backyard Baseball 2001 for the PC, but I also get all the Backyard Baseballs for the computer. So Backyard Baseball for the computer. If you grew up in the 90s or the early 2000s, you know exactly what Backyard Baseball is. If you don't know what Backyard Baseball is, you have lived under a rock and you've had a very, very sad childhood.
Best.
It's Pablo Sanchez. It's Pete Wheeler. It's Keisha Phillips. It's Saturday
That's what we
mornings
should
waking
do,
up.
A backyard baseball characters draft.
Oh, that would be incredible. But no, it's waking up on Saturday mornings before watching college football and playing a couple of games of backyard baseball, hitting a couple of dingers with Pablo, bunting with Pete, stealing all the way to third. The Melonheads are always a dynasty. If you pick any other team other than the Melonheads, you're a loser. Especially if you pick the Wombats stink. So
give me I don't want to plug other people per se, but follow that on Instagram. That's a good follow.
Yes,
honestly.
yeah. Backyard Sports Official is a good follow.
It's so good.
If they were ever just to DM us and say, "Hey, we heard you on the podcast," that would probably be the end of it. So, but Backyard Baseball on the PC, that's my 1-1 pick for me. So I love it.
1-2.
Oh, sorry. Well, first round pick for me. My bad.
Good try.
Explain to you how first and second work later on.
I'm third, Landon, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, this is the first one that I wrote down. I did some research, but this was the first one that I wrote down with no research at all. It's very simple. It's the fastball straight down the middle. It's NCAA football.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the top 3, right?
There is no other game that had such a grip on everyone's childhoods, from the late 90s to 2013. With the release of the 2014 game. Obviously just got re-released after the 10-year hiatus. And it's just simply one of the best series ever. And have to give a special shout out to the 2014 game because that game, obviously NIL ruined the series for 10 years, but that game was continually played for 10 years, did not get worn out, literally up until the release day of this new college football game. So because of its longevity and replayability, you have to take it in the first round.
I did love the memes from the release of the new college football game of like you can rest easy now, and they were putting NCAA 14 like in the grave or in the bed. It was hilarious. It was really good. Solid pick, Cameron.
Jordan, your world.
Yeah.
If you get closer to the mic, that'd be good.
Is this close enough? Do I need
There
to
you go.
go as close as Hunter goes, or
That's good. That's good.
you want to hear my Darth Vader impression in a minute?
No.
You got to get that microphone to fireworks if you want to.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit off the wall here. I'm gonna take the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series.
It's good. It's good.
Well done, sir.
You guys have to take the ones that you took where you took them, but there's going to be other football and basketball and baseball games for me to take. There's not going to be another Tony Hawk, so I got to get it off the board.
Jordan, do you have a favorite one in the series?
Number 2, that's the best one.
That's the best one. That's
Correct.
the best one. The re-release of 1 and 2 together on the PS4, PS5, elite.
Rules.
All right. Back to me. Well, not back to me. My first pick. I think y'all are going to love this one. Hunter's going to be the only one that maybe played it. We're going to go NHL Hits on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, love it. I love that you took that. Look how mad Hunter is.
Hunter's so
is
mad.
So upset,
Hits.
because I think it was going to get back to him.
Hunter,
We talked about doing this one per sport, and I put hockey in there, and you guys said, no one plays hockey, we like girls. And then I was like, okay, so NHL Hits is literally probably, I would say outside of backyard baseball and MVP baseball, probably my third favorite sports game of all time. And then Landon just out of left field takes that shit.
Okay.
Hunter,
For the record.
Hunter, the problem is you can come up with a couple hockey games. Can you come up with 5?
I have 5 right now. I will list all 5 of them.
Can you
Of
come up with
course you do.
25 so that we can
Okay.
draft
No, hold on. You don't get. It's not like Landon gets every hockey game ever made because there's different series. So you can.
No, I know, but NHL Hits is my favorite. So he gets
That's-
2 of
that's
them.
the
There's,
best
there's
one.
2. It's the best one too.
That's the
So
best one.
It's the
Hey,
best.
You're up
Landon,
again, Landon.
Can you take Hunter's next favorite off the board too?
Yeah, please do. That's just really funny.
I don't know if I know it, so no. I can take yours off the board, Jordan, though, if I wanted to.
The world is yours, my man. Do what you got.
No.
It's
No.
cookies and cream.
Now, the reason that NHL Hits is the best, because I didn't get an explanation here, is you used to be able to check the goalie out of the goal and just go. So, yeah, this is a good part. So, my next
All right.
pick,
Well, it's your pick again.
first pick, the second round, I'm going to have to go Wii Bowling. It's a classic.
Tremendous.
Picking behind Landon rules.
Hold on now.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I have.
Yeah, Landon, I think you just need to take all of Wii Sports because
Yeah,
that's
so
the game,
you got the game is Wii Sports.
that's
You don't
fine.
just get bowling; you get them all.
I'm okay
which
with
is it's a very
This is
good
a phenomenal
pick, by the way.
pick, but the fact that you butchered it was awful.
No, because
2006 was a good year.
Yeah,
yeah,
It was a good year for sports video games.
I
Wii
remember
Sports,
I
yeah.
traded my Xbox 360 in for a Wii because I was so excited about the Wii.
nice.
At a GameStop or what?
GameStop. Oh yeah, man.
What's a GameStop?
GameStop, if you're listening.
All right, Jordan, your world.
Okay, I'm gonna regret not picking some other things, but I absolutely have to take NBA Jam.
It's so good.
The original arcade version.
Yeah, the original
Come
arcade
down,
version, right?
town.
What's that?
The original arcade version.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not the
I don't-
iPod version.
Yeah, I don't think there's another one to take. I mean, the other ones are fine, but
Boom, shakalaka.
it's so good. That game rules.
He's on fire. So,
to review, hold on, before you go further, The 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and number 23 are off my board. Thanks, Landon.
What was 23? Wii Sport?
NHL hits.
NHL hits.
Hunter,
Hunter,
you're
you're
the
the
only
diamond in
one
the
who had
rough.
it
You're the
Y'all
only one
are,
who had it.
y'all are sleeping on that game so much. So Jordan, has anybody thought about buying the arcade one-ups of NBA Jam for your man cave? Because I have NFL Blitz and it's awesome.
I'm married, and it's never going to happen, but I've considered it, absolutely.
Hey, my wife let me do my entire Cowboys cave, so it is possible, boys.
That's a cave of losers right now.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's for the sports part of our
another
podcast.
podcast.
Sorry, my bad.
A
Whose
lot
turn?
of crying. Just a lot of crying.
Is it Cameron?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm torn between two right now, but I think I can get the other one later in the draft. So I'm going to go with my number 1 overall pick right now. And I know I already took a football game, but I am going to stick with that theme and take Tecmo Bowl. Jordan's muted right now, and he said something. I don't know why he's muted.
I was muted for reasons that you guys don't need to know, but I wanted to take that. That was actually number 1 on my big board, but I just figured there would be other football games around.
That's my favorite football game ever made.
I like that the youngest one took it too.
Yeah, I know.
I've played it plenty.
Eighth overall, that might be the steal of the draft right there.
It's a great one.
When they did the NES re-release, the NES Mini, I waited in line at GameStop just to get it because I knew it was coming with Tecmo Bowl on it, and that's the only thing that I play on there is Tecmo Bowl. I bought that just for that.
If you want a real challenge, just play against Bo Jackson.
Cameron looks like a guy that would play with the Raiders all the time.
If we did just the sports video games players, he's the most unstoppable force in anything ever.
There's not a number 2 in that category.
That's a good idea for a draft, though, Zach. I
Thank
like
you.
that. Sports video game characters.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Hunter.
Man, well, NHL Hits is off the
out of the
board.
room when Landon took NHL Hits. I guess you'll have to settle for something else.
Tecmo Bowl off the
He
board.
might just draft NHL Hits again. He's done that before.
Yep.
I could do that. No, I won't. I'm going to go with a game that I actually started playing again recently on my GameCube. We're going to go sticking with football. We're going to go NFL Street. NFL Street. So I get 1 and 2. I think 2 is the superior game, but both of them are just elite. 3 is not that good, but NFL Street 1, NFL Street 2, when they came out, it was just a different version of NFL Blitz that was cooler, it was edgier, it's awesome. If you've never played NFL Street and you can find a way to do it, you definitely should. Ricky Williams on that game is almost damn near untouchable.
He's fun.
Because he's like prime Ricky Williams with the Dolphins, and he is incredible on the first NFL Street. So,
You mean Ricky on the weed?
what? Oh, very clever. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'll go NFL Street 1 and 2. I get both of them, so I'm happy with that pick, even though I wanted Tecmo Bowl and NHL Hits.
You had the second pick. You could have drafted either one of them.
That is, yep.
But Backyard Baseball was on the board. If I didn't take it, I would kick myself.
I'd pay to watch that.
All right, so I get back to back here, right?
Yes, sir.
That's tough. I know you went with NFL Street over it, but I think I have a little more nostalgia with NFL Blitz, so I think I'm going to roll with that. I think I'm taking it off the board. I played that one more, but maybe it's just because I'm a couple years older. I don't know, but that's what I'm rolling with. So I'm going to go NFL Blitz.
See, in my opinion, NFL Blitz walked so NFL Street could run.
Sure.
But like both of them are fantastic video games, and I actually have the arcade one-up of NFL Blitz. That's all I got for Christmas last year, and that made it sound like I live in a basement with my mother, but I don't. I have a wife, I promise.
You did do that for a while, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did live with my parents for last year, so yeah.
Hey, Em and I did too. We did.
Hey, it works. No rent, so that's nice. But no, good pick, Zach. And then you start round 3 right now.
I have kind of a sneaky one, but I don't know if I want to take it. I don't know if it'll be there by the time I come back around, though. This is tough. All right, I'm gonna do WWE SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Ooh, damn it!
It's a fun one, boys.
Okay, wait. So we got to do a quick This is for my big board. So he gets
No, they're different games.
okay. So he
Hold
gets
on,
the
Landon. Landon, you need to put the South Park clip in there. That ain't real wrestling.
So he gets SmackDown. You said SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain, but he'll also get Shut Your Mouth, right?
To me, I think they're different games, but we can vote. on
I think they're different games.
Okay.
I did the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and I think of the PS2.
Yeah.
So obviously, but that's yeah. So
it. Are they different games or are they the same game? I vote different.
I think wrestling games is different than like Madden because Madden is basically the same, just a couple different features. Wrestling's completely different. The roster changed,
storyline
matches
changes.
change, the movesets change, all that changes. So I'm
yeah,
a,
'cause
I'm
you
a
got
good
you
with
got SmackDown versus Raw. You got
Hey,
that. Hey.
no. I'm just saying they're different. They're just I don't think I get all of those. Is what I'm trying to get to.
That's fair. I like it.
Here Comes the Pain is the one that sticks with me personally. So that's the one I'm rolling.
Back to me.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to take this one because I think Landon may have this on his big board, but I'm not sure. But I want to take it from him just in case. I'm going to go Mario
You're in his
Strike.
head.
What?
Landon's in your head. Rent
No,
free.
he's not. We're gonna go Mario Strikers Charged on the Wii. And I know I'm getting some faces. Did anybody ever play Mario Strikers at all? All right, I'll go F myself then. Okay, Jesus Christ. You guys,
Been there in the ninth
Good
round.
answer. Good answer.
let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all have never played Mario Strikers, especially Mario Strikers Charged, it's the best soccer game ever made. All you people that play FIFA, get out of here. That game is chaos in a nutshell, and it is awesome. It's Mario. It's all those folks playing soccer. There's weapons involved. It's basically Mario Kart and soccer had a baby, and then there's electric walls that you can hit people into. It makes it even better. So it's a 10 out of 10. It's on the Wii. You should definitely go get it. If you have a Wii and you don't have it, you're a loser. Mario Strikers Charged, that's a great pick, regardless of y'all's reactions and faces.
How did you describe that? Chaos what?
It's chaos in a nutshell. Mario
That's how I
Kart.
would describe our friendship.
Oh, okay.
So I know that the listeners didn't hear it, but Hunter just argued for 10 minutes before we started this that Mario Kart was not a sport.
Because it's
and
not.
then just used Mario Kart as a description of one of his sports games.
Party foul.
Hold on.
So,
No. Because look, here's the thing. The thing that where the Mario Kart element comes in on Strikers Charge is that you get to throw weapons like you do in Mario Kart. So you get to throw weapons because it's Mario Soccer. So there's weapons while playing soccer like Mario Kart. No.
Starting to not sound like a sport anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a sport to me. Cameron,
it's literally
It
soccer.
sounds like a sport because I want Hunter to keep that awful pick.
That's a
I
great
would-
pick. You not knowing all of you not knowing that that's a great
Listen,
pick. That's
all
that's
I'm
a more
saying-
reflection on you guys.
All I'm saying, you might be right, but that means that it would have been available in any round, and you just took it off the board in the third.
Well, I
It's
know
bad
we had
value.
the debate on Mario Kart, so I figured, well, okay, Landon probably also plays Mario sports games, so I went ahead and took it just to be safe.
Look, I think the whole debate is kind of just funny in a nutshell because you said Mario Kart isn't a sport, and then 2 minutes later tried to lobby that Duck Hunt was a sport.
Good point.
Classic.
Well, I think
Classic
that
hunt.
you can argue duck hunt as a sport because hunting itself is an outdoor sport.
Stop. If that's a sport, Mario
Okay,
Kart's a sport.
yeah.
No,
But
okay. Well, I
this
mean,
is going
you
off
told
the
me
rails.
I took the
Both
took
of
the
them,
judgment.
both of them are off the board. We're already in the draft.
You
Oh, yeah.
taking Mario Strikers there is like taking a kicker in the second round of your fantasy draft.
And that's
Roberto
why I landed
Aguayo.
1 and 6.
Landon did that because I told him I'd give him $1.
It was $2.
Oh, damn it.
That's a lot of
I
money.
think I'm cheap. Cameron, your world.
Cameron, I know that
Um,
Mario Strikers was on your board there.
Sorry.
Should have been.
I feel like Hunter's up
don't-
for relegation, boys.
Cookies and cream.
Chaos in a nutshell.
Look, okay,
That
I
describes
don't
this
want
podcast.
to. I've picked 2 football games, so I don't want to pick another one, even though I have like 3 more on here that are football games.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So
games.
I'm going to go a different route here. I'm going to take the entire Tiger Woods PGA Tour series.
I had that.
Fuck.
Sorry, Landon.
That's all right, Landon. Take another hockey one.
That's all right, Landon. Name
I don't know
another
any
hockey
other
game.
God damn, good pick, Cam.
It's a great pick.
That
Those
is
are
good.
fun games too.
I'm pissed.
Landon is punching air right now.
I got into
Hunter,
the
not-
golf ones a little bit later.
I said the
I
wrong.
didn't play those as a younger kid.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Tiger Woods 04 was the game
great
specifically that I wrote down. It's one of the best sports games ever.
What were you? One?
Jordan, ruined my big board real quick.
I guess I'll take the game that I spend every waking moment playing and pick up
Has to
MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a good franchise.
Good pick.
It's a good franchise, but I gotta say, the reason that it fell this far for anybody is because the game just doesn't change. They put all their eggs in the online basket, and people like me that don't play online, the game really doesn't change that much.
I wrote
A
it
lot
down,
of
but I put it down
franchises
at the
these
end.
days have, yeah, a lot of sports franchises these days have gone the money making route versus the actual development of the game route. It's
I
sad,
agree.
but I understand it.
I do think Zach made a good point earlier. Is like the mid 2000s was like the golden age of sports video games because you had your mainline series titles that were trying to do a little different things every year, but you also had those weird spin-off games like NFL Blitz or NFL Street or Slugfest that kept it fresh. So that way you had multiple options out there. So
And I would argue like 2002 to 8, 07, somewhere in there is where even the ones that are in the same series are very different from each other the most.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like now they're all the same, and even earlier than that, I feel like because it was so new.
I gotta
Things were
say,
still the
with MLB The Show, the best part used to be the commercials. Remember the commercials with like
Oh,
Pedroia
those
and
were
Joe
fun.
Mauer? They were so
Yeah.
good. Now they just have Jazz Chisholm.
Was Matt Vasgersian one of the announcers on there?
He
one
was
year?
for a long time.
Yeah.
Now it's
XFL
Boog
Matt.
Shiambi.
Yeah, now it's Boog.
He's the Cubs play-by-play these days.
Yeah, he's got a lot of free time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
it's rough.
tough.
It's just rough. It's rough
Landon,
these days.
2 to you, buddy.
It is. It was mentioned earlier. I'm gonna have to go the FIFA series.
Yeah,
Uh,
Hunter's gonna rave about a soccer game and not even take
He
the
didn't
most
even
popular
take
sports
FIFA.
game in the world off the board.
Also, we rate. I get that Hunter probably hasn't played a lot of FIFA games, but we rave so much about that MVP Baseball 05 soundtrack. FIFA consistently, year after year, puts out the best soundtracks for video games.
I've never even played that FIFA.
I would have taken FIFA.
Is that
earlier
is,
just-
is that the FIFA credit score?
hey, now you're talking my language.
I would have taken it
need
off the board
cash
earlier,
now.
but I don't play soccer games. Like I know there's global appeal, certainly
I
much
don't
more
either.
than Mario Kart steroids or whatever it's called. Whatever it was that Hunter wasted his pick on.
Altoids, I think.
Yeah, Altoids. But like I don't play FIFA. That's why it didn't get picked for me, but I do understand the global appeal.
Did you ever play soccer as a kid?
No, I grew up in West Texas. You played
See,
football
that,
or nothing?
I played 1 year, hated it, and just didn't.
You didn't play soccer as like a 6-year-old?
I have
I
never
literally,
played
when
a
I was
game of
6, when I
soccer
was
in my life.
Interesting.
It's just not a sport I got into.
It was kind of like a prerequisite around here of like it's where you learned like team sports and hand foot coordination.
See, that was t-ball for us.
Yeah.
Hand foot
T-ball
coordination?
too.
Can you elaborate?
Hand foot.
Yeah,
Disease.
I had a Hunter moment. I'm sorry. All right.
if you had a Hunter moment, it's probably one of the better moments on this show for you. I did not play FIFA, but I do listen to their soundtracks because Cameron is correct because you have the Spotify. If you go on Spotify and just type in a FIFA in a year, the soundtrack pulls up immediately, and they do have banger soundtracks. So good pull, Cameron.
How's the soundtrack on Mario Strikers?
It's actually elite, honestly. Look, you're going to keep shitting on that pick, and one day I'm going to bring it to the lake house, and you're going to play it, and you're going to absolutely eat your words.
I'm just telling you, if I'm at a lake house, there's at least 1,000 better things I have to do than play that game.
Well, you're going to take 5 minutes out of your day, and I'm going to prove you wrong.
Landon, keep us back on the rails, please.
Oh, I'm about to take us back off the rails. First pick of round 4 is going to go to an all-time favorite of this group, specifically Jordan and Hunter. Maybe actually, no, everybody. Honestly, it's 8-Ball Pool. on the iPhone.
Oh, I hadn't even considered that as a video game.
Wow.
Good
even-
pick,
Wow.
Landon.
That is
Good
a
pick.
genius pick.
Thanks.
It is the pick of the draft so far. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
Thank you.
We all play that almost every week. I don't
Yeah.
know why any of us didn't think about that. What a move, Landon.
I wasn't
I'm
thinking
gonna-
about anything on my phone.
I'm going to
Yep.
give a shout out here. I think my all-time record versus Cameron in that game is 12 and 716.
You
approximately.
do regularly take a beating, and it doesn't matter if it's 8 ball. It doesn't matter if it's 9 ball.
8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. It don't matter.
We can play snooker if you want.
Snooker.
No.
We're off the rails.
He said, Landon,
No.
wait, no.
Is that that girl from the New Jersey Shore?
I hardly know her.
No. I always think of Joe Dirt where he's like, "Y'all want to play bumper pool?" Y'all don't think of that. That's what I think of when I hear pools. Like, y'all want to play bumper pool?
Okay, I'm going to do it because it's fun to just mess with Hunter. I'm going to take WWE No Mercy.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
It's the greatest wrestling game ever made. It is.
I actually wrote down 4 wrestling games on this.
I have about 20, but yeah.
That's because you wrote 600 video games down.
I couldn't name a WWE.
Here comes the pain. That was more my game though.
That's
I don't
the one
know
with
why.
Brock Lesnar on the cover.
Yeah, because that's his catchphrase, you moron.
Yeah, that was sorry, Mike problems. That was a really good one.
Call you Hunter.
Yeah, they're good. It's a good stuff.
I
It's
didn't even really want No Mercy. I just didn't want Hunter to have it.
Yeah, fair.
My thing is about I like Zach's pick of Here Comes the Pain. I think No Mercy is the better game, but I really think that for me, more of my childhood was the ruthless aggression era. So those stars are more to me. If you grew up in the '90s and the early 2000, No Mercy is always going to be goated for you because it's all the Attitude Era. So, yeah.
Cameron, it's to you.
Cameron, your world.
All right. I do kind of want to stay away from football and keep getting some more variety. I think I'm going to wipe the rest of the baseball games off the board here with this one, and I'm taking MLB Slugfest.
I bet you won't. I
Yeah,
got
there's still baseball out there, but
Mhm.
yes, that's a good one.
I think there's better picks though than any of the remaining baseball ones. So
A-Rod on Slugfest was a cheat code, man.
it's just so much fun.
I just love how on every pitch you can just go and fight the pitcher and get into an absolute brawl.
And then the pitcher's head is literally on fire.
If I could have done that in college, my career batting average might have been 220.
Is that good?
Might have gotten improved to 220.
Get that Mendoza.
I'm not sure I would have won a lot of fights either. I wear glasses. I don't fight. All right, Zach.
I get back to back here, huh?
I just got skipped.
No, it's
Sorry,
definitely Hunter.
Sorry, I apologize.
Look, just because you
you're
don't
right,
like
it
my
is.
pick of Mario Strikers Charge does not mean I'm kicked out of this draft.
It has
Sorry,
nothing to
Hunt.
do with that, and it has everything to do with the fact that on our last podcast, you guys talked for an hour before I got to speak.
Well,
Hunter, the floor is yours, sir.
see, I only have 2 picks left, and I don't know which way I want to go with my last. I think I'm going to leave that one. I think Jordan.
Please
might
take
have
another one that nobody wants.
I was gonna say his pick might determine mine, or maybe it
No,
won't
so
at
I
all.
think I'm going to go. I love wrestling too much to not draft a wrestling game. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take one. I'm going to go SmackDown versus Raw 2006.
It's a good one too.
Some people say 2007 is better. I lean towards 2006, but I mean all the SmackDown versus Raw games are just incredible.
Is that one the one with Vince McMahon on the cover looking like Max Scherzer?
That's the original. That's 05, I think.
Oh.
And then I think I'm pretty sure 06 is the one with Batista on the cover, and then Triple H is on 07. Hold on, I have it. Y'all can keep going. I'm gonna go pull it from my closet over here.
Good luck. See ya.
Have a nice life.
Hunter will be back in 9 hours.
All right,
We'll still
Zach,
be
you got
going.
2 picks.
Yeah. This is tricky because
There's so many good games.
there's
left.
still a lot of good stuff out there. A lot of
I
good
would like to,
franchises out there.
if we make good time, I would like to propose an audible and possibly go for a 6th round because I feel like we have so much good stuff left.
I like that idea. But yeah, it's Batista and John Cena on the cover. I just showed it to everybody. Obviously, we're a podcast that doesn't have a thing, so a
Landon's
video.
playing 8-ball right now.
All right,
Zach,
Zachy.
close us out
All
around
right.
4, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna close this out, and I think I'm gonna do it with the NBA Live
Oh, great. Very good pick.
franchise.
Very good pick.
I'm not a 2K person as much, but it's because I started with NBA Live, and you had all those games back then, and so the 03 game in particular is the one that stands out for me when I was in 5th grade. But overall,
I remember Allen Iverson on those games, and I remember thinking that he might actually be the smallest human alive.
he was awesome, though.
He
God,
was so
awesome.
tiny on those games.
Round five.
There's a sleepy amount of good NBA games.
I actually had to do some just research on the NBA alone, and I had forgotten how many good NBA games there were out there. And I needed to get myself a basketball one because my favorite ones were taken.
So before we start round 5, are we going to call that audible? Do we have time to do a 6th round, or are we going to stick at 5?
We can do a 6th.
Okay, go ahead, Zach.
Oh man,
Thank you, Landon.
that does change things a little bit, but not too much. I think I might surprise you guys here. I'm going football, but I'm going to go a little different football. I am going to go with the ESPN NFL
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
games.
Yep.
In particular, the 2K5 game is like my heart. But
So good. Such a good game.
That might
had
be the best football game ever.
you had the halftime with Dan Patrick and Chris Berman and all those. I mean, it was legit, and it looked like a real TV broadcast, and that hit me, as a kid at a young age. Because
Was that the one with like the created player? You had like the apartment, and you could like go around town and get like a haircut, different parts of town, or was that a different game?
I don't.
I thought that was the
remember
ESPN
that.
game.
I don't remember that on there, but I don't know if I remember that feature though. You might be right though.
I think it was that game.
You might be right about that actually.
One of
But
the
that
best
game-
covers too with
It's so
To.
good. It's so To, yeah, yep. So anyway, that's what I'm rolling with to start round 5.
And the face scans were so accurate on that game for a 2005. Like,
Yeah. The graphics were really good too.
yeah.
I do miss how like there used to be multiple competitors for the mainstream like pro league, because you had the ESPN 2K series and Madden, so like you had players that played either or, so it was kind of like a war between them, and we don't get that anymore. So
I love that every time Hunter speaks, he mentions another game that hasn't been picked yet.
Just keeps.
look, if Madden hasn't been taken at this point, it's just not going to get taken by this group.
It's your pick.
Oh, it is? Okay. With the pick I'm going to take, I'm not going to take it. No, I think I'm going to take a little bit of Zach's strategy. I don't have a basketball game, and I want to round my picks out a little bit. I'm going to go NBA Street Volume 2. I think that's the best basketball game ever made, and I love the Street series, and it has an amazing soundtrack as well. So fun to just do the arcade, super insane things that are unrealistic, doing all the tricks, all the game breakers, all the cool characters. So give me NBA Street Volume 2.
Street hasn't been. Jam. Jam was taken.
Jam was taken. Jordan got Jam, but I had NBA Street still on the board here.
Nice.
Cameron?
I think I'm gonna take another different sport here. Keep diversifying, and I am gonna go Mike Tyson Punch Out.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Cameron got on Google that wasn't invented when he was born. To
Top
find
sports
out-
games
find out
before
games to
9/11.
play before he was born.
Oh man. No, has anybody ever? I've never beaten Mike Tyson. Has anybody ever beaten Mike Tyson in Punch Out?
I have watched my dad do it.
Oh, that's cool. That's really, really cool. That's an amazing feat of gaming there.
Late 80s.
I think it was like 86, if
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Cameron, get on that Google machine while the next person picks and Google that for us.
It's me.
Yes, Jordan.
Okay, well, I guess with the 24th pick in the draft, I'll take the highest selling video game of all time and take Madden off the board.
I mean, I do think it
I
deserves.
think that's actually FIFA.
It's either FIFA or Madden, right?
I think it's FIFA.
FIFA probably worldwide, but in the United States, Madden's got to be.
And to be clear,
I mean-
I haven't played a Madden game in probably a decade or more.
The United States is the only thing that matters, Zach. So
well, yeah.
We're trying to get some international listeners here, Landon.
Hey, don't we have
Hunter-
German listeners?
yeah, that's just Jordan Christmas.
Hunter, Mike Tyson Punch Out was 87.
Oh, I was off a year. Dang. Jordan, I think that I respect the Madden pick. This is your vanilla ice cream pick right here.
Well, okay. So can we?
Yeah, but I got
can
it
we go-
24th overall, not first.
Can we real quick, Jordan, ask you which one you would lead that group with? Do you have one that?
The one with Sean Alexander, the one with Michael Vick.
04.
Was that 04?
It's
04
04.
with Vic. He's a cheat code. He
Mhm.
was like the
So
Bo Jackson.
That's another video game character in that draft. Michael Vick
Legit.
on Madden 04.
I
Yeah.
was
And
going to
an
wait
04
and take
particular.
NFL Blitz, and it didn't fall as far as I thought it would. But hot take, Michael Vick on NFL Blitz is a better player than Michael Vick on Madden 04.
No, I would agree with that.
You
Mhm.
run the bomb and you run Vick out to the left on the rollout, he scores every time. Landon?
And his arm in Madden, by the way, is almost like his real life arm. That
Yeah.
dude had a cannon when he played.
My world.
Your world.
Always, buddy.
All right, I think I'm gonna stick in the Wii Sports realm, and we're gonna go Mario and Sonic at the Olympics on Wii.
Good game.
Yeah.
Landon, have you ever been to Dave and Buster's? Because they have an arcade version of it, and it's incredible.
I have. We also went to Dave and Buster's and did the Hungry Hippos, right, Zach?
Yes, we did. And that was a blast.
We'll post those
Now
pictures.
that's a sport.
That's a sport right there.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with that. Hungry Hippos. That's a sport. If they made that a video game, I'd allow it.
Hey,
That green
if y'all-
hippo, man.
If y'all got on those at Dave and Buster's, trust me, it's a sport, right, Zach?
No
We're
kidding.
sweating.
Yeah, I was sweating a lot.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Landon, start this bonus round for us.
I was curious if I could defer mine to the last pick because I don't know.
No, you cannot.
No, you can't.
All right, fine.
Not
I'm
only
going to
did you
stay.
pick the order, but you approved the extra round.
Hold on, before you do your last pick, go ahead and recap your teams. That way, we kind of have like a
Do
kind
you
of a
have it,
roundup
Landon,
here.
or you want me to get it?
If you got it easier, go for it.
I do.
Okay.
So Zach so far has MVP baseball, the Major League version, NFL Blitz, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, NBA Live, and ESPN NFL 2K. Hunter has Backyard Baseball, NFL Street, Mario Strikers Charged, whatever, SmackDown versus Raw, and NBA Street 2. Cameron has NCAA football, Super Tecmo Bowl, Tiger Woods golf, MLB Slugfest, Mike Tyson Punch Out. I have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, NBA Jam, MLB The Show, WWE No Mercy, and Madden. Landon has NHL Hits, to the dismay of many, Wii Sports, FIFA 8-Ball, and Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
Landon's team is just, it's so unique, and I love it. The 8-ball pick is just phenomenal.
Very good pick.
That's how we roll. All right, I've got my
He doesn't
pick.
know another sports video game. He's Googling things.
No, I've got my pick, and it was on the big board, but I'm not sure if one's been chosen in this series. I want Mario Golf Super Rush.
I'll allow Mario Golf as a sports game because golf.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give you Mario Golf because Super Rush is great. I think Toadstool Tour on the GameCube is
Also
better.
good. Also
But both of them, Mario Golf, slept on golf game series, really, really good.
So Mario Golf's what I am wrapping up my team with.
Good pick, Landon.
It's a really good pick.
Thanks, buddy.
I have several.
I kind of thought you were going to go Mario Power Tennis or Mario Tennis on the N64.
Yeah, could have, but I
I
didn't.
know you used to play a little tennis, so I didn't know.
Back in the day, it's pickleball now.
I have so many picks that I'm really hoping somebody ends up taking. I don't really know. I got my my football one in with Madden. I feel like for me, I have to pick a second baseball game.
I just feel like
Although-
you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, although I have a lot on here that should be drafted. So, all that being said, Cameron and I have talked about this. I think that maybe Zach and I have talked about it. But I'm going to go with out of the park baseball.
We have.
For those of you who don't know, it's based on the Football Manager, which is soccer. It's a computer game, but basically you're the general manager of a game, of a team. You don't ever actually play a game. You set rosters and strategies and those kind of things. I spent many a bus ride in grad school playing out of the park. I actually played in a league where every team had a real life GM in the game, and so we would do a sim once a week. And so when you were talking about trading players, like you were talking to an actual human being. And so it was just a different kind of game. I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to take out of the park off the board.
I love the appreciation for sim games.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody mentioned Football Manager to me, and I was like, oh, that sounds like it'd be really cool, except I don't really follow soccer that much. But if they did something like that for baseball, I'd be all in. And then one of my buddies was like, hey, man, I got to show you this game. He was the one that introduced me to it, and it really is a pretty good game. I like the gameplay a lot. That's back to you, Cam.
Was it Hunter or was it me?
Not you, and then it's me.
Okay. Man,
I don't know why I pointed. I'm sorry.
I got 6 that are left here on my big board, and I'm really torn between 2. Do I go new era or do I go old era? I feel like I've gone old era enough.
I was waiting for you to do something new.
Yeah.
And this is about as new as it comes. And I don't think anyone else had it on their big board. I'm going to go with Rocket League.
It is on the big board. It is on the big board.
It's not
Rocket League
Love it.
has completely taken over the new era of gamers.
Yep.
That is a good. That's a good pick there, Cameron.
Good pick.
That is one of Kat's least favorite games of all time because every time she would play it with us, she would always complain about she has no idea where the ball is. That's the kind of Rocket League player she is. All right. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off the wall again, and I'm gonna get weird look. We're gonna get weird looks again, but I don't care because this is one of my favorite video games of all time. And so, Jordan, you took something similar to this with the Extreme Sports with your first pick with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
We're gonna go SSX Tricky.
There it is.
Yeah,
That might be your best pick of the night, bud.
I love that game so much. This is how you know I'm an only child. I have a yearly tradition every December. I beat the game with a character that I've never beaten the game with before. And I think I have like 4 more Christmases left before I have to do it with SSX 3. But SSX Tricky is the best snowboarding game ever made. 3, some people say 3 is better. I say Tricky is way better. The soundtrack's incredible. The game's incredible. It's perfect. I love it. I'm glad y'all actually understood that pick.
I say the way everybody knows that you're an only child is because you've told us 4 times.
That might help. Yeah.
Well, I gotta, I have reasonings behind my pick, and that's one of them. I still play that game to this day. I have my original copy that I got for Christmas way back in like 2002.
Cameron, were you alive in 02?
Barely.
Zach, you get Mr. Irrelevant tonight. What do you got?
I get Mr. Irrelevant, and I'm glad I get to kind of bookend this in a way. I started with MVP baseball for the professionals.
There it is.
Yep.
And I'm wrapping it up with the college version. NCAA baseball as a near and dear. I had to call my brother quick. I had to ask him. I was down between 2 things. I said, did we play more backyard football? Or did we play more NCAA baseball, and he goes NCAA 07 with the guy from Long Beach State on the cover. I said, okay, yeah, you're right. It was that one on the PS2.
Bring
So
it back.
Jared Weaver.
That was my game. It was Jared Weaver, and I was like, that was the game we played all the time.
Zach, since you mentioned before we started that you'd rather do trivia than drafts, I got a trivia question for you on that game. I may have asked it to you before.
Maybe.
Jared Weaver's the cover athlete on that game. Do you know who played on the left side of his infield while he was in college?
Oh my gosh, no, there's no way I could.
Oh, he's asked this question before. It's a pitcher. Well, it's a major league pitcher.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
Jared
was
Weaver
the major
is
league pitcher.
the pitcher.
I know. I thought whoever it was. I thought the answer was like he played shortstop in college, but then he pitched in the major leagues.
I don't
Was
remember
it,
if they were both third basemen or if they were both shortstops, but one of them
Was
changed
it-
positions.
Was it Evan Longoria?
Yeah, and who's the other one?
Oh,
Evan
I don't know.
Longoria and Troy Tulowitzki.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine hitting the ball to the left side of the infield anywhere. You're not getting a hit, dude.
That's crazy.
That's a good draft, boys.
That was a great draft. Rapid fire, real quick for me that I left off the board. Wave Race 64. I love Wave Race 64. The water physics are great. In WCW NWO Revenge, we didn't get a WCW game in there, so I feel bad. NASCAR Thunder 2003.
Are you going to go through all 70 of your list that we did?
No, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, and I'll do two more. College hoops 2K3. Love some college basketball games. Bring that back as well with college baseball. Last one, it's at every bar in America. Golden Tee. Love Golden Tee.
Okay, so Hunter, that was the one that I was torn on my last pick, and I didn't know which way to go. So I had that one. The other four, you guys did a good job of picking everything that was on my big board. The other four that I had were Blitz the League.
I forgot about that one.
Incredible injuries in that game. And then I had iRacing on there, another good sim game. I had Skate 3.
Oh, great.
And then I had one that might not have been on anyone's big boards. I had Pong.
I had somebody suggest that to me today, like, "But you should draft Pong," and I'm like, "Why?" And they were like, "It's the first sports game ever." So kind of.
Yeah. No, that was never.
I like that, Cameron. That's a unique one.
Hey, do you remember the Ken Griffey game?
Oh yeah, it's on the big
Yes.
board.
How did nobody take Ken Griffey Jr.?
It would have been my next pick.
Here's the thing: Landon's cutting us off at an hour, and I have enough picks to go for about a year. So that's the problem.
I have another question.
Hunter, you can have your own podcast, okay?
No, I like you guys
Mortal
too much.
Kombat, is that a sports game?
I think that's a fighting game. That's different.
Fighting's a sport.
Yeah.
You made the case for UFC.
No, well, UFC is an actual okay, look, Mortal Kombat, you have dudes doing inhuman things. UFC is you can watch it on TV. I can't watch
Kind of
Mortal
like in
Kombat.
Mario Strikers.
Oh my gosh. They're playing
You're
soccer.
the one that wanted to
That's like-
extend this.
no, okay, look. They're playing soccer. Scorpion is not real. He's just a character,
I can
okay?
watch
Mario's
now
just a
and
character
be on TV
too. But like Mario's playing soccer. Mortal Kombat's not real.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing.
You ain't gotta
I
get
think
hot about it.
I think Street Fighter is more of a sport than Mortal Kombat.
I mean, I could agree with that because there's not. Well, no, they still have like Hadouken in there, right? The little, isn't that right?
Hadouken.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Great spot to end our podcast.
So, Zach, do you have any more that were left off your big board?
I was just thinking there was a couple variations like of the college basketball ones, like March Madness had one, I think, and then otherwise, 2K for the NBA. I don't think anybody took the 2K series, but and then did anybody ever play arena football?
Oh God, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Arena football, road to glory. That's where that term
There's
came
just
from.
no way I could have drafted it, but I did play it and I did enjoy it. So.
Did nobody draft Fight Night?
I didn't have any. The only boxing game I wrote down was Punch Out and Ready to Rumble.
Fight Night? I never played those.
I got the Fight Night games as my number one non-common sports game. Sorry, number 2 behind Tony Hawk.
Well,
Do you guys remember the head coach game with Tony Dungy on the cover?
oh yes.
Yes.
Bad game.
Bad game.
Bad.
All right. That was great.
Also, I got to throw one more hockey game on there because we only mentioned one. Blades of Steel on the NES is fantastic.
NHL
Never heard of
Face
it.
Off, good one.
Oh, NHL Face Off, not bad. So.
Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot.
All right. Is everybody good? Is there any more games we want to mention before I wrap it up?
Oh,
Suck It, Hunter was that one?
oh yeah.
Not a sport.
Well, you-
Not
oh,
not a sport.
not a sport.
Not a sport. But no, that'll wrap us up for our first ever kind of like spin-off episode. Well, it's still an episode, but it's just a little bit different. So we're going to split up our trivia and our draft stuff and our actual sports topic stuff. That way our episodes are not 8 hours long and Landon continues to yell at me and Cameron. But again, we were Press Box After Dark. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. You can find all of our podcasts on Spotify and Apple Music. If you do listen to us, please give us a 5-star review, especially on Apple Music. If you do that, it should leave a way to contact you. If you do that, we will email you a sticker for leaving a 5-star review for us. You can also find all of our podcasts on our website. That's PressBoxAfterDark.com. You can also find all of our blogs and all of our sports coverage that we do. Our take on sports is a group of 5 friends that met together in college athletics. Interact with us on Twitter. We are very close to 500 followers. We are like at 490, I think. So we're very close. That's at PressBoxAD. We're on Instagram at PressBoxAfterDark, and we are on TikTok at PressBoxAD. Hope you guys enjoy this draft. Are we going to do trivia next time? And Landon's hosting, right?
We're gonna email them a sticker so they can just take a screenshot of the website.
My bad. Did I say email them a sticker? I will physically mail you a sticker.
Yeah, we'll post Hunter's home address.
Well, it would be cheaper if we just had a PDF file of our logo and just emailed them a PDF file of our logo. That's what it's going
Although
to be.
they might move before this happens. So.
It could be. Our lease is up soon. So,
right.
but
Love
but that's it. I'm out. I don't have anything else. Anybody have anything else?
Nope.
Good draft,
No.
Hunt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's time for the Sonic drive of the game. And perhaps, as far as I'm concerned, the drive of the game may be our drive home from Starkville to Tupelo.
You can't fire me! I got a contract!